Hello. Hi. I'm doing another 1 a.m. ramble, all that kind of bullshit. This honestly actually came up earlier when I was yapping with some friends after I just woke up for a little bit. To shout out, I guess. But it's more on just like how I pick the games I play, even if I enjoy the concept of like cozy games, if that makes sense. It, I guess, in the sense that it's like I have a hard time when a game explicitly presents itself to be cozy, and that isn't a diss at any of those games. Things like Stardew, A Little to the Left, Restory all look like great games, and Stardew is a very fun game for Lil played it. A Little to the Left is a very fun game that I like to relax with on occasion. But you might be like, well, so what's your problem with them? My biggest thing is that there are a lot of other cozy games that just advertise themselves as cozy when it's like, yeah, that's it, all you're doing to it. You're just meant to relax to it. Good example being the new Find Needle and Haystack, where you're just doing that, or clean up thousand blocks, those kind of things where it's like monotonous brain off games. Meanwhile, I'm like, yeah, I have a cozy time playing games. I mean, maybe I haven't played RimWorld yet, so I can't say it, but like I have a cozy time playing Mad Benochi, an MMO. I have a cozy time playing Hi-Fi Rush. I have a cozy time. Well, Hi-Fi Rush outside of certain boss fights, but I have a cozy time playing Bloons Tower Defense or Ember Ward. Games like that. Break Arts even is another great example. I like games that maybe aren't explicitly labeled as cozy, but they're fun games that their entire premise or concepts in them make me feel like it's cozy. Could just be just how relaxing it is to play. It's like, oh, a tower defense game? Yeah, it can be very relaxing to play because it's still a tower defense game. You have your moments where you're doing a lot of stuff in those games, and then you have moments where you aren't doing as much. Obviously, if you're min-maxing, you're having to do micro, you're having to do all that, and it's like, cool, that's useful, but sometimes I like being able to, like, okay, prep my defense between waves, and then after that bit, I'm set. I get to sit here and watch how my defense does for a little bit until the next bit where I start building towers. In that case, in Breakout's like, yeah, it's cozy because I get to sit here and build the mech of my dreams. I get to build a robot that looks cool, is cool, and all that type of stuff. It's fun. Warframe and Soulframe, I enjoy them greatly. They're cozy to me in terms of how they play. The aesthetics aren't the thing that makes a game cozy, I guess, if that makes sense. But all right, but different note entirely. What about other genres of game, I guess? Like why do I stick to the games I do? Well, I tend to be very finicky with games. There are games where I can love them and games I can hate them, and it could just be off a first impression. You show me certain games and I will adore them for life. You could 14, Destiny on release. I can't really say the same now, but OG Robocraft, Warframe, From the Depths, Dark Tide, Civilization, games like that. It's like, first glance, I enjoy them, I love them, I can play them a lot type games. And then there are games that are like, they took a bit, like One Step from Eden. Took me beating the game a few times before I fell in love and arguably put it as my number one game for myself of all time. Shout out One Step from Eden. It's a lovely game. Sorry, I'm gonna be shilling that game a tiny bit because God, it's an amazing roguelike in the BattleNet style. But no, quite literally, it's like certain games take a moment to warm up. And even if the game is quote unquote popular, that isn't as much of a factor for me. Yeah, it just means I have more people to play it with, which is always nice when I want to play with people. But that's the extent of it. At that point, I'm not playing a game for its vibes. I'm playing it because I like to spend time with friends. I like having social time. Hell, another example, game I fell in love with first look, Exoprimal. Is it the best game of all time? No. But do I enjoy it and actually like playing it? Or well, like playing it because I really haven't been able to play it in a while because not many people play it anymore. Yes, that's really the case. Like I get stuck on these games and it's just they're the games that I enjoy playing. There's these aesthetic bits I like. There are these just moments that I enjoy, gameplay loops, that kind of thing, that stick to me. They make me feel happy. I just realized I hadn't had the music on this entire time. Oh well, it's just gonna be my voice today. We aren't gonna have the nice chill lo-fi in the background this time. T. Uh, anyways, so in this case, though, it's quite literally. I just there's those are the games I enjoy, and then it's like, well, what about that? And it's like, well, those games don't click as much with me. That's as simple as it is. There's certain games that just don't click. It's like FromSoft games in general outside of Armor Core. I don't click with them. I get I rage at them and all that kind of stuff, but like I just don't click usually. Uh, Meanwhile, it's like Control on first glance, I thought it was a horror game. Quite literally, I thought it was a horror game for the longest time. Then I played it and it was like, oh, this is actually a really cool game, and I'm now excited for Resonant. It, it's aesthetic for me. The aesthetics kind of help make me decide what kind of games I'm going to be playing, what type of game I'm going to play, type of game, what game I will play in general. If I'll like the game, if I don't like it, because I don't care in like certain things. But like if you present a game as a horror game, I know I'm going to be going into this bit on edge because I'm not a horror fan. I'm very much not a horror person in general. I get scared really easily. But on the other hand, though, there's games that I'm like, well, I want to spend time with friends, but then people just don't play them. Friend slop game, well, quote unquote, friend slop games in general. Lethal Company, I got to play a bit of at least during its heyday. Same thing with Among Us, though I think the latter there is a bit different than the other, in how that is. But like GTFO, I got to play with people and never really have played it with people. Repo is the exact same boat. I think I have Phasmo. Now I'm thinking about it. Yes, I do. Same thing. Where it's like I put a tiny bit of time in for these games, and I'm like I got into play with people, and just haven't been able to. I have these games just sitting here, wanting to play with it. Peak, even for example, is a good example. At least I played Peak a little bit with 7.8 hours. I know, not maybe the most in the world, because I know people who have way more than that. But it's like it's just it's a game that's hard for. Those are also the games that are hard for me to boot up myself, because like some people I know can boot it up, play it for themselves, do their own run for a few hours and all that. But after that point, it's like, yeah, I can't. If I'm playing those games, I want to be with people. I want to have fun with friends. And sometimes that's just easier to do on a game like Payday or Darktide or even Tekken in those regards. Despite how different those games are, it's like I have I have an easier time playing with folks on those than I do in the games that are explicitly made for friends. Hell, How to Catch a Fish is probably not a game I'll boot up again anytime soon, but it was a fun time in the moment. I enjoyed that game. Or How to Fish, sorry, not How to Catch a Fish. But it was a fun time playing that and doing all the bullshit there. So, but yeah, that's kind of like my biggest thing when I'm going through games. I tend to stick to games and archetypes that I enjoy, but certain times it's hard at the same time. So, like, there's other games that's like Mass Effect. I've tried it a few times. I know it's a golden age game. It's really good, but I have a hard time getting into it. I do. Silent Hill 2, I struggled to play that game because I'm a person who likes to have controls, like good controls. I'm sorry, but like Silent Hill 2 at points was rough because the archetype, A, it's a horror game, which wasn't great, but B, on the other hand, it I don't know, the best way to put it is like it's hard for a game to click with me sometimes, and if a game doesn't click, I just can't play it because I play games on my own time too. Limbus is mostly on my own time. I play Mabinogi is almost entirely in my own time. 14 is a lot in my own time. I still play Destiny on occasion in my own time, even if not often. Uh, just off the top of my head, Peglin, Nubby, uh, One Step From Me isn't not Outer Worlds. Uh, Phantom Brigade, like games like that. They're like, yeah, I play these games. I enjoy gaming. I enjoy playing games in my own time. But sometimes it's just hard to play some games. Like you could show me a game that looks cool in all regards, and it's just not something I click with. So it's not something I really play. Something I at most boot up for 10, 20, 30 minutes, and then I'm done. It's like I boot it up for half an hour, maybe refund it if I can, and then I'm out. I'm not playing anymore. Because that's just how I am. I'm sometimes a very fickle gamer. I mean, you could see that in how I stream games. Sometimes I stream two, 3 games in a stream because I swap between them really quick. I go from freaking Payday to something, maybe not. I haven't done this exact thing yet, but like Payday to 20 Minutes Till Dawn to Tekken. It's just the same type of stream because sometimes I just want to swap games. Sometimes I like, well, I'm don't want to burn out on this game. I'm gonna go take a break from this and go play something else. Uh, American Truck Sim though is a very different vibe. I see it as a cozy game. I could sit on that game for hours just driving, doing the quick deliveries, even if I know the game is built around having your own truck management company and all that. Doing the quick deliveries is just fun, if that makes sense. I enjoy it. I do just do the long haul and just sit there going driving for hours at a time. Just vibing, relaxing, listening to music, and pretty much enjoying the road like I do when I drive long distance myself when I have to in real life without having to, spend money on gas. Instead have to spend money on power, but that's its own thing. But yeah, pretty short ramble. Wanted to get something out tonight. Yeah, otherwise I need to get better at recording these consistently. I know that. I just really haven't had a ton I wanted to ramble about recently, if that makes sense. Because I need topics. And sometimes it's just something pops in my head and I could talk about for a little bit, few minutes. Even if it's, not the longest thing in the world. But yeah. Hope you all enjoyed, and I'll see y'all later. Alright? Bye.